Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first video you are seeing from me, welcome. My name is Katie, otherwise known as Put Your Makeup On, and I post videos every Monday and Thursdays. And before you leave, don't forget to click that subscribe button, and while we're at it, let's give this video a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. And I firstly just want to say thank you so much for 300 subscribers. I am so excited, you guys. It took me 5 years to get to 300, and I definitely hope I have as many as I possibly can, because I just love you guys so much. I love being involved in the YouTube beauty community. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then what are you waiting for? And in today's video, I am going to go over how to properly bake your under eye area. No, I'm not talking about baking cookies or brownies or anything cake related, as much as I would love to show you how. I am not a baker by any means, but I do know how to bake my under eye concealer area. So that is what we are doing today, and let's get into how to bake your under eye area. This is how we do it on Put Your Makeup On. You're in the right place, just keep watching. So I definitely do realize that I look really crazy because I have on my eye makeup, no mascara, and foundation, and nothing under my eyes. I realize that. So I'm going to show you how to properly bake. I have a lot of clients that come in and they're like, what's baking? And I'm like, let me tell you. So products that you are going to need for this process is a optional, but I definitely think it's necessary, a color corrector, and the one that I'm going to be using today is from Smashbox. It's called Look Less Tired Dark. I'll go more into this in a minute. And then obviously we are going to need some sort of a concealer. That way everything stays nice and flawless. Also, you are going to need a sponge. I have a beauty blender on hand right now, or honestly any brand of a sponge will do. And also a brush, and also loose powder. The one that I'm using is from Kat Von D, but any loose powder in any brand will do. So let's get into the tutorial. I did go over how to properly cover dark circles without the baking method, so I will have that video linked down below. That is also part of my how to makeup series. So if you guys are curious about that without the baking process, I'll have that link down below. But I am going to go over the steps and how to apply everything. This part is optional. If your dark circles are either non-existent or if your dark circles are not that bad, you honestly can just skip this step and move on to concealer. However, my dark circles, I mean, you guys can obviously see they're pretty severe, so I am going to be using the Smashbox color corrector stick, which looks like this. And I like more of a stick type of product more so than liquid. I just think it covers better. And we are only going to put this only where the dark circles are. I personally do use this product on an everyday basis, and I know it looks scary, but that's just how it is. I like to use my finger to blend this in. Don't mind my nails, I have to get them done. But we're just going to pat this all in. I definitely like the way fingers work better with more creamier product, but personal preference. So today I'm going to be going in with the Smashbox Studio Skin Concealer. I am using the shade Light Neutral, which is a little bit lighter than my natural skin tone. I do recommend, with whatever skin tone you are, generally you want to go a shade lighter than your skin tone to give that illusion of a brighter eye. Or if you're really not that into a brighter eye, feel free to use whatever concealer shade that you're in the mood for. There's no rules here, but I am going to be going in with the lighter shade. So we're going to start on the inner corner of the eye, and I like to work downward and almost make like a V, and then fill all of that in. With the baking technique, I definitely feel that you want to apply a generous amount of the actual concealer and of the actual powder. You generally do want to find a concealer that is a good amount of coverage. I feel like a light coverage concealer really wouldn't make sense in this process. We're going to go in with our Beauty Blender, and we are going to basically blend this in how we normally would. And I like to recommend working upward and pushing the product up just a little bit. You can already see what a huge difference that makes. This is one of the main reasons why I like to go in with color corrector first and foremost. I do recommend with the Beauty Blender, because I already have foundation on, is taking the butt of the Beauty Blender and just kind of marrying your foundation in with the concealer just to avoid any harsh lines. I'd rather be over blended than not enough blended. So now for the actual baking technique. We are going in with the Kat Von D, what do you call, the Setting Translucent Loose Powder. I really do love this powder, and I find best is to flip it over, pat it down a little bit, flip it back up again. There is no seal on this, guys, so you are going to have a nice amount of powder when you flip open the cap. So do be careful if you are using this, guys. So we are going to get in a nice amount, using our Beauty Blender, of the powder on there, like so. And under the eyes, specifically where we place that concealer, we are going to gently place it, not a lot of pressure. And if you need to go in with more powder, feel free to do so. And we want to have something like that happening. I have to say, if you are wearing black, chances are you're going to get powder almost everywhere, so be careful. So you mainly want to get a nice amount of the powder under the eyes. Definitely be generous with it, but not too generous where you're talking and there's powder falling everywhere. So the main general rule is to leave this on for about a good 3 to 5 minutes. Honestly, the longer the better. But I am going to pretty much let this sit for about a good 3 to 5 minutes, and we'll be back. So let's wrap up this video and let's remove the bake. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. blush brush, which is actually a really, really nice size for this area. It is nice and fluffy. This is part of their studio line. Honestly, you could use whatever brush you're in the mood for, but as long as it's on the smaller side and fluffy to wipe off the bake, you'll be fine. So to do this, we are going to simply, I kind of like to tilt my head a little bit. I know that sounds weird, but just a little bit. And I like to just go very fast back and forth. And that's that. Sometimes what I like to do after this process is take a little bit of the powder again on the same brush. And being that I am very oily, I like to just set the areas on my face that tend to get very oily. Definitely don't have to do this if you are on the dry side, but this really just makes the makeup a lot more longer lasting throughout the day, and I find myself when I do this, I don't have to worry about touching up. So let me finish off the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. That's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this type of method, and if you have any different baking techniques, definitely leave them down in the comments down below. I would love to know. And don't forget to come back every Monday and Thursday for a brand new video, and I shall see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye!